Raptors are going to take this game tonight, sweep the Bulls, and they're going to improve to 41-16 as they enter the All-Star break.
First of all, let's have a great, get your mind away from basketball, okay? But try to do something to get your heart rate up. So again, take care of yourself, try to get something in, and let everybody know we're gonna send Kyle Lowry right and blitz his ass. We're gonna send him left and blitz his ass. Attack both feet. Attack both feet. Attack his feet.
Team stay on three. What's
Hey y'all, enjoy the break.
Dwane Casey needs to start getting some serious Coach of the Year mentions.
Excellent staff. I think Dwane Casey is not only an elite coach, he is an elite man. He is professional, he is poised, he is humble. And I think Dwane Casey, from an X and O standpoint, never a doubt in my mind. As a human being, never a doubt in my mind. Masai Ujiri gave him the pieces, and they fit. And you've seen Dwane Casey over the years now grow and develop just like a player.
Well, what I like about Dwane is that he's kind of the same. You know, he's pretty even. And Masai isn't, which I love about Masai, but I think together there's a real nice yin and yang there. The players obviously respect him. I was worried for Toronto when Kyle Lowry was a free agent. I thought he was going to go, and he didn't. I thought that was just huge for their franchise.
But Dwane Casey and what he has done, he has flipped what Toronto has done this season.
Yes.
Chris.
I love it because I think the best coaches aren't stubborn. Like, you should be able to get out of that comfort zone, and Coach Casey has done that. And how about DeMar DeRozan? Yeah. Done that by letting DeMar expand his game, but also keeping what Casey does best.
I think it's great for Toronto because Toronto still doesn't get, at times, the respect it deserves. And Dwane's not going to go out there and be anybody different than he is. He's not going to be extra flashy, or he's just consistent. And it says something about him and his ability to persevere.
Everybody's had a great play so far. We wanted to celebrate a couple things today. Number one, Teddy Sand's 10th birthday. So you're a locker room cupcake for everyone. And also congratulate the Raptors coaching staff for being the All-Star coach of this year. We have some champagne and orange juice for mimosas to celebrate.
There was a sign up in the locker room years ago that came from, our special advisor, Wayne Embry. I'm a fan of P words: persistence, patience, perseverance, and Dwane kind of embodies all of those things. His program, as he calls it, is about recruitment, development, and retention. And look at what he's done with Kyle, with DeMar, with all these young kids on the bench, between he and Masai and all of the coaches, all these developmental coaches out there working with people, all the video guys. I think it's good for Toronto. I think it's good for Dwane. He doesn't want to talk about himself. He's the kind of guy that I guarantee if he wins the NBA championship, the day after the parade, he'll be thinking, how do I do this again? And it's good for him, though. It's good for him to get that recognition. It's justification, it's vindication for what they've been able to accomplish. And as he would say, they're still not all the way there yet.
Yeah, you're going to be on Open Gym again.
Yeah, Open Gym.
Yeah.
On TV.
August, you're a star. You're a star.
These are two examples of what the NBA is all about. People who not only play the game at the highest levels, but who give back however they can, wherever they can. They're going to be with you here for the next hour to help you build this playground, to make sure that this community has a place for kids to be safe, to play, and to have a good time. I'm going to ask DeMar to say a few words. DeMar, congratulations on being an All-Star again.
Thank you, everybody. Me and my teammate Cal, definitely excited to come back here and to help do anything we can, especially for me to come back here, being from here. I grew up right across these tracks, so to come here, be an all-star, to be able to come here, help, rebuild, do anything we can is definitely a blessing, and especially have my man here to help me as well.
coming from where I come from, and I hope we can be an inspiration to all you guys too.
You ready? Yes, yeah, I care about my work. I care about my work. You see this? Look at this. Yeah, this is what you do. This is what we call, you care about your, see, it's all about the brushing. It's all about the brushing. We don't know what he's doing over there. He's just painting, he ain't really that talented like me.
When I first saw Kyle Lowry at Villanova, I'm thinking this guy has a chance to be a pro ball player. Sure enough, obviously, he goes pro. Then I see him with Houston and Memphis, and I'm thinking, you know what? People are saying, is he a 1 or is he a 2? Don't put Kyle Lowry in a box. I'm thinking, you know what? Kyle Lowry is a basketball player, but he needed one place, just one, with a coaching staff to believe in him. And sure enough, Brian Colangelo brings him to Toronto, and he grows, and he gets better. And all of a sudden, Masai Ujiri says, you know what? You're not going anywhere. You are a Toronto Raptor. And here we are, a 4-time All-Star for Kyle Lowry. I think it's a wonderful story. And you know what? He is a wonderful guy. He's passionate. He's hardworking. He gets after it. He's got the grind, the best.
You know, the best part about this, I did it with a small brush. There we go. Yeah, I'm done with my stick. Yes, I can help. What's up, big man? What's up, dog? What's your name, man? Manny? Manny? Kyle. I'm gonna help you out with this. We do it better together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better together. See, I threw that in there, but you about to say you. Look at you.
No, I wasn't gonna say me. I say designing it, like I put the.
Oh, the creativeness? Yeah, you gonna do the creative.
But putting all the other work together, he got it.
Yeah.
I just tell him, show me the finished product.
Yeah, I need about $1,200 for the. It's Compton and then.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our room. Welcome to my room.
This is a beautiful room.
Boys and girls, we have 2 famous basketball players. Okay, do you know who they are? Why don't you introduce yourself, wave, and let us know what you do.
Hello, my name is DeMar DeRozan. I play for the Toronto Raptors, and I'm in y'all class, learning from y'all.
Good, and we have someone else.
My name is Kyle Lowry. I also play for the Toronto Raptors, and we're in your classroom learning how to spell train.
Wow, let's give them a round of applause, boys and girls.
We all have kids, we're parents, we have like nieces and nephews, and we watch the way they develop. Not everybody's on the same timetable. They don't all walk at the same time. They don't all get their teeth at the same time. Just the light goes on at different times for people. And whatever it was, the light went on for Kyle here.
Y'all know what that is?
DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, yeah. You know where you from?
I'm Compton.
Yeah, he's from Compton. What y'all doing today? Math? Oh, man, this Debo's strong suit. Give him an equation to solve. Wait, hold on, y'all know what? Fractions? Oh, yeah. Let's do fractions. Come on, let's put them on the board. Come on, let's do one.
The system, the timing, the people he's around, the coaching staff, the front office, what happened in his life with, being a dad and all of those things. The confluence happened at the right time. And here you get a guy who's an all-star, and he's a leader. And he's recognized as one of the best players in the league now. And, they always say never underestimate how close you are to being good when you're bad, because it just takes that one turn and things go your way.
4. Put number 3 together, it's 4 total for both of us. Wouldn't have it no other way.
Hi guys, how are you?
What's up, Nick? Good?
I think for me, when he was drafted here and the previous regime said, we're going to make this kid an all-star, and everybody kind of rolled their eyes and went, oh yeah, sure. Like everybody says that about their first-round pick. We got a diamond here. We got a good one. And then you watch DeMar evolve as a player. Doc Rivers said he used to call him kamikaze driver because all he did was use his athleticism and drive. And then he started to develop his mid-range game, and he started working with, people like Gary Payton, and his game started to develop. He can still drive it. He's got a mid-range. This year he's added the 3. He's become a better passer. He's just learning what it takes to win, and every year has added a little piece, and now his game he's got a well-rounded game. So it's been amazing to watch his growth. And what's funny? To look forward to what he's going to come back with next year, because he's a Kobe guy. And Kobe just recently retired and had his numbers retired. And they asked Kobe what his best year was. He said, I was 12 years in. What are we going to see from DeMar? He's 8, 9 years in. What are we going to see from him? So I love the way he's continued to work at his game.
I see DeMar DeRozan with a great deal of confidence. I see DeMar DeRozan now where not only can he move off the ball, but when he gets the basketball at different parts on the floor, that he's convinced that he can go after it, get to the rack, pull up jumpers, take the 3 ball. And I think when he sees an opponent on a clear out, he feels he can beat anybody off the dribble. And to me, that's a sign of not only growth as a player, but also from the heart. And I think in the NBA, especially today, with these young players coming into the league with one and dones and whatnot, when you get a player who has the foundation of not only basketball IQ, but also the understanding that, I have arrived as a player. I am an all-star player. That's DeMar DeRozan.
I gave up basketball and I chose comedy. I chose comedy because I want to make people happy. But let me tell you a beautiful thing about what I did. I chose something that I felt that I could be amazing at because it's what I love. And I realized that no matter what, when you love something and you're passionate about it, you give 100%, you're always going to get an amazing reaction out of that thing that you gave your all to.
It's vindication for all those kids. You think of all the kids he probably played with on the street and in rec centers and in AAU ball. They were all, I'm going to make the league. And we know not that many make it. And it's one thing to be drafted. It's another thing to have a career. DeMar's made a career. He's a 4-time All-Star. Like think about that. An All-Star 4 times in the NBA. And I think for him, it's got to be really special going back to, see places where he started and say, I've made it now.
So my advice for you guys today would be don't do anything halfway. Don't do anything a little bit. Sometimes people just do things a little bit. That means you're only going to get a little reaction out of it. When you do everything and give 100%, you're always going to get 100% out of it. So my advice would be give your all in all that you do. Because that's how you get to be great. You can't give a little bit. DeMar didn't give a little bit and love you to get basketball. He gave a lot of it. He gave 100%. The same thing with me in comedy and movies. You gotta give 100%. So today, give 100% in all these activities because that's the mindset that you need to have in everything that you do. That's how you guys get to great. That's my piece of advice. What I say when I'm done? Clap right now.
Kids next to me. Oh, Anthony, where's Anthony? All right, wait, now guys, before y'all go, take advantage of this. You got some dope people that's around here that's helping y'all all day. One thing that y'all get out of this, 100%. We're gonna say 100% on 3. All right? Yeah. On 3. On 3. Ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I want to hear it loud. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
For some reason, Toronto is almost never on national TV in the United States. I guess they don't do well in the ratings. I don't understand it. It's a fun team to watch.
Just consistency. They've been like that for the past couple of years, and Lowry and DeRozan doing a great job. And I think what they're doing now is using more of the team. Everybody's getting a little bit more involved than just 1 or 2 players. And I think everybody's enjoying that a little bit more, including the coaching staff and everybody. The ball movement is different, and you can sense a little change there. So they're a good team, and look to see how far they go in the East.
That bench is insane. They play together, they play well with each other, and they're finding that consistent, play, that flow, and it's hard to stop. And they're first in the East.
We're looking really good.
DeRozan and Lowry is doing their thing, and we got a lot of people who are supporting, have some good supporting roles. So, I feel like we got a shot, this year, and we can make something happen.
If Cleveland didn't make those moves, I would be more emphatic that Toronto's going to the finals. But, Cleveland did make some great moves, and we'll see if Clarkson and Nance are going to be playoff performers. But I think Toronto's due. I mean, they've been such a good team for so long, and I think maybe it's time. I'd love to see it.
You've got a really stable front office. You've got a coach that's paid his dues and has stayed committed to that franchise. And, this is a year that Toronto could really make some noise. I mean, because we have to see how Cleveland settles in with all these changes. The early returns are fantastic, but it's early returns, and there's a reason all those players got traded now. So it's a little early. I think we like to coronate Cleveland, and I understand why. Again, it goes back to LeBron.
I think America should start getting used to these Raptors, because I think they're going to see them for a long springtime this year.
This four-time All-Star for the Toronto Raptors. Show some love for Kyle Fanny Pack Lowry. This four-time All-Star for the Toronto Raptors. Give it up right now for my guy, DeMar DeRozan. The head coach is making his first ever All-Star appearance from the Toronto Raptors, Dwane Casey.